Hey guys, it's Elle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my June wrap up. So I'm in a different filming area. I'm actually at my lake house and I'm filming in a closet because this has the best natural light. I don't know, this room is very echoey, so hopefully it's going to be fine on the video. But to give a little recap of June, I don't know what was going on. I was very busy in my personal life, getting things, just doing lots of busy things, and reading fell to the sidelines of my priorities. And so I only read, I think I read 7 books this month, which is not normal for me, not usual, but I feel like everybody goes through these types of slumps in their life. So I'm not gonna harp on myself or be like, oh my gosh, like I didn't read as much as I wanted to. That's such a horrible thing. But I still read some really great books. So let's get right into this video. The first book I read in June was The Wrong Bride by Katerina Mora. This book was amazing. I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely love this book. So the premise of this story is that our heroine has always been infatuated with the hero, and in this series all of the characters are like arranged marriages, and so the heroine was supposed to marry the hero, but then he fell in love with her sister, and so the head of the family, like the grandmother, was like, okay, well that's fine, like that worked out, like they fell in love, they can be together. But when it comes time for them to get married, her sister and the hero, the sister bails out and the heroine steps in and ends up marrying the hero. And so she's basically marrying her sister's fiance. She's always pined for him, has always loved him from afar, but he has always been in love with her sister. So it's very angsty. I love this book so much. I give it 5 stars. I listened to it on audio and it was incredible. I really love this one. I loved how angsty it was, and I loved how even though the hero was still in love with the heroine's sister, he still gave their marriage a shot and gave their love a shot, and I love that. And then he ended up falling in love with the heroine. So it was just so good. It was very angsty because she's falling in love with him, but he still feels, you know, a connection to her sister. And I just love this one. It was my first Katerina Mora book, and I'm so excited to continue on with the rest of the series. The next book I read in June was Fourth Ring by Rebecca Yarros. So of course this book is so popular and so hyped up, but I actually really loved it. I give it 5 stars. I thought it was such a unique fantasy world and romance. So this book is basically about this war academy for dragon riders. And so our heroine, she always thought she was going to be like a scribe, which they work in like the libraries and texts and stuff, but her mom is like a general. And so her mom is like, you have to become a dragon rider. I don't care what you want in your life, like you have to become a dragon rider. I'm forcing you to do this. And so she's put in like the dragon wire quadrant, and she has to start like figuring out how to survive on her own. She's very small. She deals with a lot of chronic pain, and she has to work through those things. And so she is also, the hero is like the leader of one of the quadrants, and so she's in his quadrant, and some shady stuff is happening with him, and it's just like her story of being a dragon rider and all of these secrets being revealed, and it's really good. I don't want to spoil too much, but I thought this was such a great romance. I absolutely loved it. Great fantasy romance, hate to love romance, and I just really love how strong Violet was. And we saw lots of fighting scenes, and it was just really fun, and I'm so excited for the next book in this installment. The next book I read was Blame It on the Vodka by Fiona Cole. I listened to this on audio, and I really liked this one. I give it 4 stars. So our hero and heroine have been best friends for years, and they end up going to Vegas, I think, and getting married, like drunk married. And her father is like, and I think he's trying to get reelected or something. So they're like, okay, well, we have to, this would be really bad for my father's image. This is the heroine's father. And so let's just stay married until his election's up. And so they stay married and they start catching feelings for each other, and he treats it like a real marriage, and he's like possessive over her. And the scenes in this, the spicy scenes in this book are amazing. So good. I really like this one. I didn't love the third act breakup. It was a little too much for me. I just didn't love, like, I don't love like miscommunication and that kind of thing. And I thought the heroine was kind of being annoying about it, but I did overall really like this book. And the next book I read was Keep Her Safe by QB Tyler. This is QB Tyler's newest release, and it is amazing. I gave this one 5 stars. So good. So this is a age gap bodyguard romance. So our hero and heroine met when the heroine was 18 and he started working as her bodyguard. She is like an actress slash model, and so he's been working with her for 5 years now, and something happens where her boyfriend cheats on her, and so now she's not in a relationship anymore, and she kind of makes her feelings known to the hero and is like, I really like you, I've had a crush on you for this many years, and I want to get with you. And he's like, no, we can't do that, like, because I'm your bodyguard. It's very angsty, very spicy, and he has to protect her, and he's like, that would breach all of my oaths that I took to protect you. And it is so good. I really love this one. Very spicy. There's some action in this one with a possible stalker of the heroine, and I just love this book. It was so good, so spicy, age gap, taboo, forbidden, amazing. Definitely go check it out. And I read Love Me Today by A.L. Jackson. I listened to this one on audio, and I've never read an A.L. Jackson book before, but I really like this one. I saw Jess and Jen from the Book Refuge and Jess from Peace Love Books raving about this book and really enjoying it. And this is A.L. Jackson's newest release. This is a hate to love nanny romance. So our hero moved to this small town with his daughter, and his daughter really wants to ride horses, and so the heroine is a horse rider, and she starts teaching his daughter how to ride a horse, but they get off on the wrong foot. Hate to love, he was really mean to her, and she's like, F you, like, I'm not dealing with this. But she loves his daughter and that like connection and relationship they have together. So she starts working with the daughter, and then he needs a nanny. So she starts nannying for him, and feelings start arising for each other. But he has kind of a troubled past, and somebody may or may not be looking for them. And he's trying to protect his daughter, but he's falling in love with the heroine. And I really love this one. I give it 4 stars just because I don't know, it just felt like 4 stars for me. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, like amazing, but it was very enjoyable, and I really liked the audio of this one. So I really recommend it. It's such a great Grumpy Sunshine, hate to love nanny romance. And I read probably one of my favorite reads of the year, which is Reckless by Elsie Silver. I listened to this audio on the drive up, and it was amazing. I give it 5 stars. It was so good. So this is a secret baby hate to love romance. So Winter and Theo, they meet, and they definitely get off on the wrong foot, and they really just like don't like each other at first, but then something leads to a one-night stand, and Winter finds out that she's pregnant, and now it's like a time jump happens. It's a year later, and Theo never knew that he had a child. So he sees Winter for the first time and realizes it, and he's like, oh my gosh, I'm a dad, like, and she thought this whole time that he didn't want to be a dad, but something happened where he never knew. And so he jumps right into the role of being a dad and being there for Winter, and it's just so adorable to see. So many like sweet moments between the two, him and his daughter, and it's just, oh, I loved it. He's also a bull rider, so there's that. It's a small town romance and very spicy, so good. And I loved these moments of seeing motherhood with Winter, and just seeing, you know, being a parent is not all, you know, happy all the time and positive all the time, and I really love that Elsie showed that in this book, and I just really appreciated that. So I just love this one. I love Theo and Winter, such a solid romance, and I cannot wait for Bay's story. The last book I read in June was Crimson River by Devney Perry. This is the newest book in, gosh, I can't even remember what the series is called. I don't remember what the series is called, but this is the next installment in this series. I think it's Lila's story. I think that's the heroine's name. But this one, I think she was trying a little bit too hard with like the suspense aspects in this one. I just didn't love it. I ended up giving it 3 stars. So Lila has always been kind of a workaholic, and she decides to go off on like a hike for the day to get out and kind of get some relaxation and recharge. And that's when she sees this man, and this man basically attacks her, and she's really freaked out about it. And so fast forward to the hero. He comes into town looking for this man that attacked her because there's some history there, and that's when he meets Lila, and that's when they kind of start working together on this case of trying to find this man, and then that's when their kind of romance starts. And I just thought this was okay. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, I really loved Jasper Vale, which was the book before this one. I really liked this one. I mean, that one. And I just felt like she was trying a little too hard with the suspense in this one, and it just didn't hit right for me. And also, I don't know what is up with her audiobooks, because Jasper Vale and this one, I felt just like the narrators weren't the best. And it just, like, I really like the hero narrator, but the heroine narrator, it was kind of hard to keep in with the story with her narration, so it was a little hard for me, and I just didn't really love the ending. I felt like there was so much build up to the suspense, and it kind of fell flat. So this is just not one of my favorites from Devney Perry. I gave it 3 stars, but I'm excited for the next book in this series because that's Mateo, and they set that up really well in this book, and so I'm really excited for his story. All right, well, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing me talk and chat about some of the books I read in June. Hopefully July will be better, where I can have some more downtime to read and listen to some amazing audiobooks. I'm currently reading Manacled by Sin Lin Yu, I think is how you say the author's name. It is a Draco and Hermione fanfic, and it is so amazing. I am loving it. It's taken me a while to get through because it is like 1,000 pages, but I've gotten to a really, really good part in the book, and I'm just loving it. So hopefully I can finish that in July, and I'm currently reading Ekaterina Mora book, her newest release, and I'm really loving that. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.